This is the local and national news from Fabulous 103 FM, and it would be fabulous if you subscribed. It's easy. Click the subscribe button, and at the same time, click the like button too. In Roi Et province, a 50-year-old Swedish man died after crashing a motorbike there. He'd been speeding and lost control. But then again, he wouldn't have known the roads too well, as he'd only arrived a few days prior, after an online relationship brought him finally to meet his beau. With an election looming here soon, it's been clarified that several of the smaller political parties need to up their game or else. Else, that is, they'll not have enough candidates to cover each of the 400 constituencies that see elections for local representation. Currently, only 3 parties have sufficient candidates, meaning that unless others register quickly, they can and only ever will be minority parties, with little in the way of say in the future. With Thai media awash with the tales of a Taiwanese actress who claimed to have been extorted to the tune of 28,000 baht after police put her vaping cigarettes in her hands and claimed she had no idea even what the cigarette was, the truth, as is often the case, has finally come out. Charlene Ann made her claim on social media, of course, and police here were quick to investigate, as was the Thai media, who found CCTV footage from the condo where she'd been staying, clearly showing her holding the cigarette as she nattered away on her phone, and again found her at a market doing the same thing, and once again this time smoking it. CCTV has also shown her to have been questioned in the street for 47 minutes, not the several hours claimed, with none of the footage showing extortion, or her being led, as she claimed, to a side alley without CCTV. All in all, then, the social media wannabe got caught, on cam, doing exactly what she claimed she'd never done in her life. In excess of 80% of all Thais have developed what's described as hybrid immunity to COVID-19. This according to medical specialists who believe that the combination of vaccines and catching other versions of the virus means that catching a new one will be no worse than a common cold. 70% of Thais caught one form or another, and 80% have been vaccinated. Thais continue to wear face masks, though, and visitors are reminded that wearing a mask where others do is at the very least a polite and respectful move. Sections of roads in Chachoengsao have been closed in an attempt to dissuade a herd of some 80 wild elephants which have come out of the jungle in search of food, and in doing so raided numerous crop fields. Teams of wildlife experts have done their best to drive the animals away from farms, but if they're truly hungry, nothing will stop them dining on the local sugarcane crops. And when a homestead was wiped out by fire last week, most thought they'd lost everything. But as tenants, along with the landlord's family, sifted through the charred remains, it was quickly revealed that an 86-year-old widow will still be able to enjoy her twilight years. 3 million baht in cash and 30 baht weight of gold was recovered from her part of the building, all intact. Meanwhile at home and affecting our own region, the high-speed rail link to the 3 main airports, 2 in Bangkok and our own Utapao, is planned to be completed within 6 years according to the state agency involved. There's no word on who the so-called private consortium is that's funding it, but they will operate the service too, reaping the profits for 50 years to cover their costs, after which it'll all be handed over to the Thai state. 250 kilometres an hour is the planned top speed, so the safety of passengers and of course motorists who cross the lanes is said to be a priority. This past weekend saw the final few days of the Nuklua Walk and Eat Market that's seen tourists swarm there for food, games, entertainment and more. The next big city event is of course Songkran, and plans are for that to be on the same scale as before COVID. And the warning is out to avoid dropping cigarette butts or allowing fires to get out of control, as the region is already tinder dry following an arid few months. With little in the way of rain, in many areas grass has turned to hay, and as the fire brigade points out, it won't take much to set a fire. For gardeners, the outlook is more dry days, so it's time to man your hose pipes. Either that or risk your lawn and moor turning brown. And with the Met Office promising highs today of just 28 degrees dropping down to 20 and a windy day, local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, Like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.